Let's take you back to Jagersfontein, the Free State town that was flooded, causing chaotic scenes after the walls of a dam burst there. As far as we know, at this stage, 3 people have lost their lives, dozens more have been injured, and many others have been displaced because numerous homes were affected by the water as it stormed through Jagersfontein. The President, Cyril Ramaphosa, just arrived. We brought those live visuals to you just a short while ago at the Jagersfontein Joint Operations Center. That's where we also find my colleague, our reporter Manqoba Mchunu. Manqoba, what is the latest you can tell us? We saw the President arriving, being greeted by a number of officials, including Minister Mamuloko Kubai.
Indeed, Pradhan, just a short while ago, President Cyril Ramaphosa finally arriving here at the Diamante Hospital. We understand that he's going to be meeting and seeing some of those that were affected by the floods. Of course, there were quite a number of people that had been taken to hospital after suffering some injuries as a result of the flooding. So we understand that he's going to be engaging with 2 of those patients here at the hospital before he then proceeds to meet with community members, displaced community members that are currently at Forest Smith, not far from where we are. Of course, you understand, but then that there's been quite a huge destruction that occurred in this particular town, and many of the halls have been flooded with people that have been displaced. And so some of them have been taken as far as Bloemfontein. We understand some of them in Forest Smith, and that's where the President will be going after this, just to engage with those community members. But of course, trying to get to the bottom of this is what really led to what we saw happening here, because this is not a natural disaster, but then it is a man-made disaster, in the sense that community members have been telling us that these are some of the issues that they have been raising for quite a number of years. In fact, speaking to the mayor earlier on, he said that as far back as 10 years, they were trying to raise issues around the safety of this mine and the fact that, they were concerned as far as the water levels at that mine and the fact that it might burst its banks. And so, which is what we are seeing here, that what has happened here over the past few hours. Of course, it is still quite a scene of destruction here. I can tell you, Pradhan, that even now community members are still trying to find water. Electricity has not been restored in the area. We know that several substations here were also covered in the sludge that we saw basically all over this town. There are roads that are still are not cleared at this particular point, and communities that had been isolated. And we know that certain rescue teams are also on the ground, just trying to help where they can possibly help, as well as SPCA officials who are here trying to help as far as animals are concerned. Livestock has been lost, but then we're talking of hundreds of sheep that are said to have been washed away by the sludge that occurred in this particular area. But of course, the issue of accountability is an important issue, because that's what residents are calling for. They are saying that they have been raising these issues as far as this mine is concerned and the operations that are taking place at the mine. In fact, even going to the fact that they believe that illegal mining is occurring in that particular mine. So they are calling for answers. They want those responsible to be held accountable, and in fact saying that they should be even held accountable as far as restoring and fixing some of the damage that has been caused in this particular flood. But of course, we are expecting to hear what the President will say after engaging with those residents as far as accountability is concerned. We did see the Minister of Human Settlements also here on the ground assessing the situation, looking at some of the damage, as well as the Premier of the Free State, Ntombela, who's also here on the ground, just assessing the situation as far as things are concerned. But I can tell you, Pradhan, that many people here are still devastated. They're saying that they still, want answers as far as what happened here and why this was left so long to reach such a level where we're now seeing this disaster unfolding in this town.
Thank you very much, Manqoba Mchunu. I guess we're going to have to wait until the President leaves the hospital and going to engage with the community. We will then get back to you, Manqoba Mchunu, on the ground in Jagersfontein, a small town in the Free State that's been badly affected by the burst dam wall, with the sludge flooding homes and killing at least 3 people at this stage, and dozens more have been injured and hospital. The President might be visiting 2 patients where he is currently at that hospital in Jagersfontein, where Manqoba Mchunu is, and then of course later on address the community, many of whom have been displaced.